Did you get your fan as well?
I did.
Okay. They're just inside there.
Okay.
You still have
Then came the day, June 19, 1865, Galveston, Texas. A dusty rider, a proclamation. Too late, but not too lost. You are free. The words hung like smoke, hung like breath, hung like dreams waiting to land. At first, we stood still, disbelief and wonder wrestling in our bones. Could it be? After all this time, then a tremble, then a tear, then a scream. Then we ran into fields, into each other's arms, into the arms of a future not yet written. We danced. Oh, how we danced. Boots on the ground like thunder, feet praising the dirt that once caught our blood. We spun, we leapt, we laughed like we were trying to catch joy itself and hold it in our arms. Jubilee, the first one, but not the last. We raised food to lips, raised hands to sky, raised our voices in new songs built on old bones. Freedom's here, and it's ours to keep. Juneteenth, a day where red punch meets remembrance, barbecue meets bravery, and freedom meets family. Where little brown girls jump double dutch on streets paved with legacy, and boys beat drums made of history with sneakers and swagger. Where elders sit with pride in their eyes, and the music ain't just for dancing. It's memory, it's resistance, it's prophecy, it's praise. Because this day, it's not just for us, it's for everybody. A rising tide of freedom isn't satisfied until every boat lifts. So from every porch in Houston, to every stoop in Harlem, to every block where rhythm meets rebellion, we gather, we celebrate, we remember, we keep building, because freedom is a seed. We keep planting and watering and guarding like the sacred it is. So let the music play, let the grills fire, let the babies laugh, let the ancestors dance right beside us. This is more than a party. This is more than a praise report. Boots on the ground, but not in bondage. Hands in the air, but not in surrender. Voices raised high, but not in sorrow, but in song. Freedom's here, and it's ours to keep. I got a feeling that everything's gonna be alright. Oh, I got a feeling that everything's gonna be alright. I got a feeling that everything's gonna be alright. Be alright, be alright, be alright. I got a feeling that everything's gonna be alright. Oh,
you go.
Last night. Did you enjoy it? Yeah. Did you learn some new dances? Yeah. I'm still recovering. In Port Richey. He's a proud graduate of St. Petersburg College. He works to uplift and empower his community through service, advocacy, and education. Marlowe serves as Vice President of the African American Club of Pasco County, which he has also already announced. He's a lead organizer in Faith in Florida, which is also partnering with us in hosting this event as well. He's passionate about protecting democracy, honoring Black history, and building a better future for the next generation. Can we give one more round of applause for him? And I myself, I'm a strategic finance operations human resource manager, a philanthropist, a global ministry leader. I'm dedicated to empowering individuals and transforming communities. I'm a mentor, a coach, a consultant, and I believe in equipping leaders across various sectors. I drive Impactly initiatives that foster economic and social change, and I'm committed to global outreach and leadership development. As a seasoned speaker and host, I am so honored to be here with you guys tonight to continue in this journey and this experience and learning more about Juneteenth and how it impacts us all. I believe in empowering people, transforming communities, as well as impacting nations. Small round of applause for myself. All right, thank you all again for being here. And give yourselves a round of applause as well for being here, for being a part of history and this journey that we are taking. So the next portion that we are going to be going into is our spoken word, everyone. I'm a little bit nervous, not gonna lie. So this poem I did call Juneteenth, and it's from my perspective. We weren't taught about Juneteenth in public school. I didn't learn about what the day was until I was much older in the knowledge pool that we call university. And even then, the bare minimum. I had to read, research, and learn on my own. A journey where I learned that the lines of history are bent by white supremacy, blatantly waving certain social suicide in the faces of those who would dare to speak. Those who would dare to leak the information so tightly guarded by our own government in the chess game of suppression, a game that many learn about at an early age. When I discovered that my family history was a lie, albeit one told to protect us, I wasn't about to let the opportunity pass by to discover all I could about my African ancestors. And what I found is referenced in the first sentence of this poem. We weren't taught about the reality of the history of our nation. We were taught in public schools and some universities something along the lines of a gray area, and even then, gray is a strong word. I learned that the purpose of Juneteenth is to shine a light on the true history of millions of enslaved African people, and that we all have the right to celebrate the day when those people actually took their first steps as free men and women. I learned that it took 155 years to see Juneteenth as a federal holiday, and that was a long, hard fight, one where many were taken, punished, ostracized, and put in a box with no life. I learned that a great man once said that all mankind is tied together, all life is interrelated, and we are all caught in an inescapable network of mutuality tied in a single garment of destiny. He said that we must remain awake through a great revolution, and that those who react with violence are asleep. That great man lost his life 4 days later, but his words live on like a haunting song that too many are afraid to play lest they wake. I vow to play that song loud and for all to hear in a nation that now fears for its soul. I vow to shake the proverbial tree until it can no longer be shook. As one historian says, the celebration of the true end of slavery has 3 goals: to celebrate, to educate, and to agitate. So let us celebrate our ability to work together, to spread truth, to stop hate in its tracks, and to stand up tall in spite of the hardships that many of us know are coming.
Let us educate those who are willing to listen, whose eyes glisten with tears upon hearing the truths that so many will dare not speak. Let us agitate in a way that will expand the brain pathways of those who have been brainwashed. Let us vow to do these things in the memory of our ancestors, in their honor, as well as for all those suffering in the present, so that we may secure a future for our children where torment holds no place.
It's called Even as It Was, Even as It Is. Even as the chains clinked low, hope stirred beneath the cotton robe. Whispers flew from mouth to ear. Freedom is coming, child, it's near. The wind carried a word through Galveston sky. 2 years too late, yet hearts would cry. Not just in grief, but rising high. For freedom walked where death stood by. They danced on a dusty southern ground with broken backs, yet joy profound. Even as the sun bore down, they lifted songs that wore no frown. Tattered clothes, yet spirits dressed in Sunday praise and battle's rest. Even as the sirens wall, we march through cities, leave a trail of poems, protest, sacred calls of names echoing through justice halls. We eat red velvet and drink red punch, yet know our freedom ain't served at lunch. Even as the flags are waved with pride, as we speak the names of those who died, Breonna, George, and countless more, whose blood still stains America's floor. But yet we still gather, but yet we still sing. Juneteenth means we remember everything. Forever, even as the road is long, we carry faith like freedom's song. And every June beneath the sun, we honor battles lost and won. Not just the day the chains were broke, but every breath our elders spoke. So raise the flag of red and black, red, white, and blue, for what we lost, what came back. We are the dream, the drum, the flame, the whispered truth that bore no shame. Even as it was, even as it is, Juneteenth lives in hearts like this. Thank you very, very much.
We will teach African American history from our congregations. Faith in Florida created a toolkit where it will give our faith leaders the liberation as well as the creativity that they can choose to teach African American history in whatever creative way they choose, whether it's through the arts, music, dance, or through the Word of God. If you want to learn more about our toolkit, we invite you to visit our website, faithinflorida.org, where you can learn it.
The commodity of human cargo stimulated economic growth, yet it dashed the hopes of Black people to a bloody pulp.
I take a gun and just end it all right away. Because you're nothing but a dog. You're not us, anything but a dog.
We have to make history tangible. History is something you can put your hands on. It's something that impacts us. And the reality is that the past is always present with us. We're still informed by it in some ways. We are still harmed by it. And so how can we work to correct something today?
Whose voice is heard, whose pain we hide. A Black child learns what parents fear, that flashing lights may cost them dear. Be polite, don't move too fast, but because history still grips the past. Hospitals treat, but numbers tell who waits the longest, who gets well. Diseases strike, but not the same. Where you live can shape your name. In banks and schools, the lines are drawn, the zip code truth that lingers on. Wealth is stacked on decades lost, whose progress came at someone's cost. Some cities bloom while others bleed, paved over dreams unmet need. Laws once whispered, stay apart, their echoes still beat in the heart. Children sit in classrooms neat, but learn a past that's incomplete. Slavery brushed off with the line, while power's roots remain entwined. And still the fear is quietly taught, to fear the black face, not the thought, to clutch a purse, to cross a street, instead of learning, here's a seat. But let us not stop at the pain, for healing awaits beyond disdain. If one must fear to walk or speak, then none of us are truly free. So let us teach the full white truth from ancestors' age to vibrant youth. Let classrooms shine with every name, and justice hold each soul the same. Let stores and streets and boardroom doors welcome all, not guard their doors. Let unity be more than a word, but a policy and action heard. America, you are not whole until each life can share the goal. Not colorblind, but color-wise, with hearts that open, not disguise. We rise together, side by side, not in silence, but with pride. For justice grows when all can see your pain is tied to liberty. By Pasco Connect, which we have here Candace Smith, who created the video for us. We appreciate you, and we are good to go ahead and start that portion where we will then hear the great news.
Happy Juneteenth 2025. What does Juneteenth mean to me? It means freedom, power, courage, and resilience. It is important for us to keep instilling in our community and our youth how important Juneteenth is. So let's keep it going. Everybody have a great evening, and again, happy Juneteenth 2025.
Juneteenth is important to me because it's part of my history. As you know, slaves were told that they were free 2 years after the 13th Amendment had been ratified by all states except one, which was Mississippi. Mississippi did not ratify the 13th Amendment freeing slaves until the year 2013. If you believe that, 2013 they ratified the 13th Amendment ending slavery. So it's important that you learn your history. And that's all, folks.
From the end recidivism in our community, from our end recidivism family to yours, happy Juneteenth. May we continue to rise together in truth, unity, and purpose.
Hi, my name is Ronnie. I am 9 years old. Juneteenth is important because it means freedom for everyone. I'm proud to celebrate my history and learn about my ancestors. Happy Juneteenth.
Hey, I'm Ariana. I'm 15. Juneteenth reminds me that freedom was not given, it was fought for. It's not just about the past, it's about knowing our power, our value, and our future. That's why I honor Juneteenth.
Has ended. A reminder that justice delayed is not justice denied, and that our story matters. I celebrate Juneteenth because I honor my people and their resilience.
Come on!
after the assassination of President Lincoln, people still wanted to continue on with the way of life. But Robert E. Lee surrendered at Appomattox Courthouse to General Ulysses Grant. So you thought right then and there, once these two generals said we're done fighting, that the war would be over. Well, Texas had something else in mind. They wanted to continue. Now, the people in Texas, the leaders, the people who were running the show, they knew the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed. They knew it. But they just said, no, we're going to keep doing what we want to do because this is Texas and we're going to do what we want to do. So we had to send General Granger down there. And he, with his executive order number 3, posted on that church, on the church building, that the slaves in Texas are free. So what happened was people started to gather around like, wait, what's going on? There's news coming in town. And the news was posted on the courthouse that if you were still in bondage, you are free. Now, many people imagine being in bondage for hundreds of years. You wouldn't even know what freedom is if they told you you were free. So a lot of folks left and a lot of folks stayed. And I have to ask myself, if I was born in that time, what would I have done? And you know, you have to think, some of these people, I hate to refer to them as slaves, some of these people had lives, they had families, they had to take care of their families. So I could see why some of them would have stayed. Some of them were elderly. You know, they probably couldn't make that new journey to Houston or somewhere else to change their lives. So many different things happen. But on that day was a day that they got together and they started to celebrate because they knew that there would be a new way of life for them. They knew that things would not be the same. It was scary, but they knew that a new day was coming. They knew that a change was going to come. So you hear stories of some people leaving Galveston, heading to Houston, heading to other parts of the United States to make a new life. And there were a lot of successful stories of families making it. I had the opportunity to travel to Alabama and teach Black history to a group of children that were in high school. And we took these children to 4 or 5 museums in Alabama. And I encourage everybody, if you ever are in Alabama, no matter who you are, go stop and see those museums. The Rosa Parks Museum, the Legacy Museum. I really enjoyed the Legacy Museum. But what was interesting was just the real raw history that you can see, that you can touch, that you can feel. And it's eye-opening. And I think we all should have that chance to walk through and see this history. Because as the great poet Dr. Maya Angelou said, I hope I don't mess this quote up, history, despite its wrenching pain, if faced with courage, need not be lived again. So to sum it up, what she was saying is we know we have some not so good history in the United States of America. But if we can love each other and teach each other and educate each other, that history and that pain need not be lived again. That's why it's so important that we teach people what Juneteenth is. That's why it's so important that we come here and we educate our friends, our families, and our colleagues, and most importantly, our children. That's how we eradicate racism. That's how we eradicate these stigmas and these biases, is we share this information. And what I've learned through my research is the Unitarian Church was